Hello everyone, this is Teacher Josie and I am going to discuss something about phrasal verbs. Have you ever been confused by the word take and all the phrasal verbs that go with it? Then watch this video. Here you will learn 5 new phrasal verbs with multiple meanings with the word take as well as examples and how to use them. Are you ready? Here we go. So the first phrasal verb is take after. So take after somebody, that means to inherit similar physical or personality or characteristics from an older relative. For example, I am a diligent student which I take after my sister. Another is my hair is curly which I take after my grandmother. Alright? The second phrasal verb is take out. So take out somebody, that means to take someone to a place like a cinema, a restaurant, or a theater and you pay for everything. So for example, the generous boss took out his employees for dinner. Another, my father took out our family in a fancy restaurant. Alright? So the second definition of take out is when you say take out something, that means to remove or withdraw. For example, I took out some money in my bank account. Or if you want to ask a question, you can say, how much would you like to take out? That means, how much money would you like to withdraw? Alright? The third definition of take out is actually a little negative. Okay, so you can hear this one if you're watching a movie or a thriller movie or a horror movie or a story that has something to do with a mafia or a gangster. So for example, I want to take him out. So probably that someone wants to kill you or to destroy you. Or if you are a player and you are playing a game at the moment and you hear this one says, I want to take him out or I want to take you out, that means that someone wants to take you out of the ring or wants to take you out of the game. Alright? Okay, so the third phrasal verb is take in. So take in has a lot of definitions, but in this video, I'll just discuss 4 important meanings of it. The first one is to allow somebody to stay in your place or in your home. Alright? So for example, he is homeless, so I decided to take him in. Another, I saw a stray cat in the street, so I decided to take him in. So that means you decided to make them part of your life. Alright? So the second definition is to make somebody believe that something is not true, or another meaning of it is to deceive someone. Alright? So for example, he uses his charm to take me in. Another, he uses his family situation to take me in. Alright? So the third definition of it is to absorb or accept something. So for example, he couldn't take in his father's death. Or I couldn't take in the bad news that I just heard. Alright? And let's proceed to the last definition of it, which is to make a piece of clothing smaller or tighter. For example, this dress is bigger than my size. It needs to be taken in. Alright, so that means you need to cut some part of it to make it fitter or to make it smaller than its current size. Okay? Alright, so the fourth phrasal verb is take up. So when you say take up something, that means to start a new hobby or to get interested into something as a habit. For example, I started a piano lesson yesterday. Or I took up tennis when I was 10 years old. Alright, so the second definition of it is to fill particular amount of space or time. For example, the meeting took up too much of my time. Or my bed took up a lot of space in my room. Alright, so the third definition of it, and probably the last definition in this video, so which is to discuss or deal something. It could be an idea or a problem or a suggestion to somebody. For example, I need to take up something to my manager. Alright, so finally we reached the fifth phrasal verb for this video, which is take down. So when we say take down something, that means to remove something from a higher position to a lower one. For example, I take down the portrait, or I took down the Christmas decorations. Alright, so the second definition of it is to write something from what you're looking at or from what you're listening to. For example, I take down an important details about the main character, or the students are taking down notes about their lesson. Alright, so the third definition, which is probably the last definition for this phrasal verb, is to defeat or to kill someone. For example, Besiktas took down their opponents in their final game. Alright, so that brings out to the end of this phrasal verb with the word take. Okay, so there were a lot of them, so let's take a recap. First is take after, take out, take in, take up, and take down. Okay, so if you want to try to make your own sentences using these phrasal verbs, that would be the best way to learn them. Alright, so thank you for watching. I hope you learned something from this video. Thank you and goodbye. Have a nice day ahead.